Okay, BMMN99 here, Team Valor Pokemon Go gamer from PNW, that's Pacific Northwest, USA. I'm going to be showing you some gameplay today that I did earlier. Right now we're at a gym that is one of the closest gyms to where I live, and you see in the little tiny corner, my little tiny shot of showing you where actually this is. I faced it forward so that I could actually show you the area where the gym is, which is at the edge of this big open field. And then we're going to go walking, and I'm going to show you actually where that nearby Pokestop you see is located in the area as well. But something really, really cool happened while I was heading there this morning, which was that one of my 10K eggs hatched. And I really, really want to show you what I got because it was so exciting for me. And there he is. It's a Snorlax, and I'm sure a lot of you, because so many people already have Snorlax, are like, why are you so excited about Snorlax? You have got to understand, I have hatched 115 eggs, and in all that time, none of them have been a Snorlax. I know they only hatch from 10Ks, but there have been 10Ks amongst that 115 eggs, and still no Snorlaxes until today. So I was super, super excited to finally get a Snorlax. Okay, and you can see the path we're taking here. It basically is this little path through the woods to where the Pokestop is located. That's one of my favorite aspects of gaming in here in my town, Pokemon Go. We do have the normal stops at the malls and the sponsored stores, but we also have these trails and these paths that are also where the Pokestops and the gyms are located. And it's a totally different feel than walking through the city or down the streets to spin at Pokestop when you're going down this path basically in the forest to head up the Pokestop. It's super, super cool. And it's one of my favorite aspects. So, one gym, one Pokestop spun for the day, and now we're going to head back, and we are going to conquer that Instinct gym. Okay, so this is one of the fights from the gym that I was taking down, the Instinct gym. You can see the yellow in the background. I had to fight this Blissey a total of 6 times. The first time I fought it, there were some Pokemon in front of it. I ended up losing to the Blissey, and then fought it then like twice and took it down. This was the second fight with it. But then while I was healing up my Pokemon, I went back in and someone had remote fed the Blissey berries, and I had to fight it 3 more times. Seriously, I was cursing this Blissey that day. You're probably wondering why I'm using a Rhydon. Not a lot of fighting Pokemon spawn in my area. I've seen some Mankeys, I've collected some Mankeys, and I recently involved one of them into a Primeape, but his CP still isn't the best. And I did hatch some Tyrogue, so I got a hold of a Hitmonlee, but still his CP is still like around 1300 CP. So some of these battles I did have him as my second after the Rhydon. The Rhydon had a fighting move as his regular attack, but he has like 2200 CP, so he was the automatic choice that the game put in, and I just kept with him. The Hitmonlee I did put in for some of the attacks. I meant to put him in as my second for this attack on the gym as well, but I got busy talking to someone and I accidentally clicked my Vaporeon, which definitely once you see the defenders in this gym, you'll see how that was probably the last choice I really would have made, even though that particular Vaporeon is one of my strongest Pokemon, but still. Luckily for me, a bunch of the other defenders were pretty far down, both from my previous battles and from lack of motivation. They'd already been in the gym for like almost 2 days. So there goes the Nidoqueen. Up next is the Executor. So not having a lot of fighting Pokemon spawn around the area, it made it really tough, especially back at the beginning when I was first playing. I started in December, moving on to January, because of course Snorlaxes, and then it was Chanseys because 2nd gen wasn't released till February. were just all over the place in the gyms. It made it super hard to help take down gyms back at that time. Even now, as you can tell, since I lost to the Blissey in this one, I'll be really glad once I get the fighting Pokemon I got now pumped up, so that I can finally take those on. Around my area, what does spawn a lot of is actually Eevees and Nidorans. Of course, Pidgeys. Everyone's got Pidgeys. We also have a fair amount of Spinarak. So, a lot of Spinarak. Strangely enough, a lot of poison. My poison catchers are like in the 1,000 for type catches. So this is the final battle of the set against the Golduck, and you can see his CP is already down to 166. So normally I would definitely not put a Vaporeon against a Golduck, but I knew that it didn't really, with him that low, she could take it out. Go, Gazelle. Alright. And down he goes, and that's one of the set of the battles. Okay, so I wanted to show you, after all the battles were completed, 6 fights against that Blissey, when the gym was finally conquered. There's my Gengar, Dead Tom, guarding the gym. Success. Thank you for watching. Come back later for more gameplay. Go Team Valor!